Evening. Hello. Hey, everybody. Very late here in Chicago. Getting the work done. Murph, indeed. For a secret thing that's not announced, it's not big, it's not large scale at all, but more info to come next week. Pow. Hey, Matt. Thank you. All is relatively well. I've been kind of under the deadline crunch recently. Really bad. So I'm in a bit of a whirlwind right now. Doing my best, but yeah, I'm pretty exhausted. Oh, all good, absurd. I mean, if I'm working on it, I might as well go live, right? I don't have my like nice camera out today. It's just the iPhone. I was just like, I can't set up one more thing today. I just can't do it. But I can set up my iPhone. Hey, introvert. Absurd, it should. It'll be going out with the next batch of art. So I've just finished issue 5 of Beta Ray Bill. And that'll be going to Felix, and then this will go with it as well. awesome, Easterly. So glad. I'm really, really glad people have been enjoying it so much. It's just the best feeling in the world. Especially because, like, I worked so hard on it, you know? You just never know what a book is going to do, if people are going to like it or if it doesn't hit, but... Oh, I wish. Comics, Coffee, Metal. I wish. And somebody asked about... Colt asked, any more wrestling references in upcoming Beta Ray Bill books? Oh yes, issue 5 is a ton. Hey Brandon. I've tried to get a custom Murder Falcon guitar built, but you know, I think I need to find like a really small luthier that'd be willing to build me a guitar that I'd be willing to build me a guitar with that headstock, because everybody wants to, whenever somebody makes a guitar, they don't want to change their headstock design. I've tried. Like, I cannot find anyone who's willing to, you know, build me a guitar without the headstock. Also, it's really expensive to get custom guitars built. I don't know if anybody here knows about guitars, but this is basically like just a Jackson Soloist, which is a brand, like a specific kind of guitar. I have one, so it's kind of a shout out to the guitar that I own. And they have 80s. There's, you know, there are 80s guitars that are, you know, made in Japan. I have a made in America one, made in California, Jackson, which it was pretty pricey at the time. But if I could find an old Jackson, you know, with that headstock, or an old Charvel with that headstock, I could bring it to someone and have them like kind of redo the headstock and then take it to a custom guitar painter. So, by Guilherme, Guilherme. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing it. Yep, JP, that's exactly it. Really? Well, that's interesting, Comics, Coffee, Metal. Maybe we'll have to talk about that. We almost, as part of like when the trade paperback was going to come out with Murder Falcon, as like we were gonna possibly do that plan with the buy a Jackson, get it replaced, because all said and done, guitar could cost about $600 to $800, maybe a little more, a little less. Then the headstock swap would be about $400, and then the custom paint job would be about like another $400. So not crazy, you know, under $200, under $2,000, but still $2,000, and it was not signed off on. Pablo, I think Ultra Mega is awesome. I have not picked up issue 4 yet because I haven't had time to to go to the comic book store, but I'm hoping to go in the weekend. I think his writing's great. I like how it does not give you, it holds back. You really have to kind of work at it, not in a bad way, to make the story work, you know? Like, you just have to pay attention to it. Every line of dialogue is important. It's not super clear, but not in a bad way. It's just like his style of storytelling and world building is more like you just got to experience it. You know, you're just thrown in there and it is what it is. And I like that a lot. Pope's cover is amazing. Dumb, never done a Kickstarter, but I'd like to someday. But the order fulfillment scares me. I do feel like I'm at a point in my career where I do feel like I could get quite a few orders, and the more orders I get, the more scared I get. So, I'm not bringing back Murder Falcon so much as I'm doing a little revisit. Does Ryan do it himself, or does he use fulfillment centers? Hey, Ice. Cult, I'd love to do a Power Rangers issue. I was looking, Super 7 just sent me an email with their Megazord figure, and I was almost weak. I almost bought it. Connor, it seems like you pencil and ink a page. Day, do you like that pace? Do you ever wish you had more time? I always wish I had more time, but I do like that pace. It keeps me from getting obsessed, which is very possible to happen in comic books and making stuff. It's good. It gives you a good marker, something to say, it's time to stop, and you do whatever you have to do to make it stop. So, cut corners. You know, sometimes a book really does just need some extra love, like a page just might need some extra love, and that's okay. And sometimes I'll spend 12 hours on a page. Sometimes I'll spend 4 to 6 hours on a page. It just kind of depends. And I just try and respect what the page is asking for of me of that day. And some days it'll be insane, and some days it'll be easy. It's just like any job. But it's also manageable, you know, like sometimes I get overwhelmed if I think too much about project at hand, you know. But if it's just 1 page a day, that I can do. Oh yeah, maybe I'll have to do that, Donald. Thanks, Cayetano. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Good evening, Brandon. Brandon Reiner. Yeah, respect what the page is asking for. Victor, this is not, but it shall be revealed soon what it is. Oh, and I have not been asked to do an Ultra Mega cover, but hopefully I will at some point because I would love to. Allison, it's tough. It's not easy. And everyone's different, you know. By no means am I saying that it works for everyone. It just works for me. Dom, I mean, I personally think that it affects it. I know it affects me. If I'm working in a place that I'm not necessarily comfortable, it's hard for me to, you know, really get in the zone. That being said, I can work anywhere, more or less, but it's easier for me, especially when I'm making new stuff, like new stories or writing, or if not writing, like coming up with new ideas for writing. A lot of times I will write in a coffee shop if there's not a pandemic on. I don't, Pablo, I almost never think of those invisible lines. I'm just kind of like, I have goals for myself to hit of like how I want a page to read, and that's what I shoot for. And sometimes I hit it, sometimes I don't. But I never think of lines in a page, but maybe I should. No dumb questions here, man. I'll get to it in a sec. Allison, oh man, I'm so sorry. That sucks. Well, you do what you can. You do what you can. Yeah, everyone's different. How different artists draw magical power. Um, Man, I don't know about research per se. Because I just kind of, you know, if somebody does it a cool way, I'll just make a note of it and steal it. No, there's a million ways to do it, and I just keep your eyes open. You know, if somebody is doing something cool, you know, there's a way to make it your own. Let's see. Jack asks if I would do an X-Men book if I was asked to. You know, man, maybe, but team books are brutal. Nothing will make a page sag like having to draw a bunch of X-Men on one page. It's insane. I'd do an X-Men book if it was like Wolverine and Jubilee, or like Nightcrawler only. I do have a really cool Colossus idea, which I'd love to do at Marvel someday. We'll see. They're very open to it. I've talked to them about it. We shall see. Brandon, I am exhausted tonight. You can hear it in my voice, can't you? It's all good. I mean, it's the way it is right now. I'm going on vacation soon, so it'll be really nice. But right now, I'm just done. I'm toast. And I mean, I don't like working late. Um, oh well. But if I'm working late, I might as well go live, you know. It's not hard for me to go live. Very low maintenance. You're all great. Let's see here. I'm missing comments here. Thanks, Donald. Edison hasn't been asked to do an Ultra Mega cover either. Oh. Oh, that sounds cool, Brandon. Do I have art parents? Yeah, Atomo. Wait, when you say art parents, you mean like influences? This is not a single issue of Murder Falcon. It's just a little thing. All shall be announced soon. I hope Skybound doesn't get mad that I'm putting this live. I mean, it's not really spoilery. It's just Murder Falcon fighting monsters. I guess we'll find out if I get a call from Skybound. Do an 80s X-Men team member book. That would be awesome. Jack, I would love to tell you, but I'm just scared that I'm scared my idea will get taken. Not that I don't trust you guys, but it's a really awesome idea. It's more like awesome just visually. It's not necessarily like some crazy concept or anything. I just know I could just really do a really, really great job. The Hound and Arya. It's a great idea. Use the boost. Got a copy of Murder Falcon from their partner and he fell in love. And they fell in love. I am so glad. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for the support. That's so great to hear. That's awesome. All right, sorry, I'm missing comments here. Influences I wouldn't be the same without. Well, speaking of Ultra Mega, definitely James. I wouldn't be doing comics without James if he did not. If he was not making comics, I don't know if I would be. So thank you, James. You know, he's like more of a peer, I guess, but I wasn't a peer of his when I saw his work. You know, he was doing stuff and I wasn't. I was just teaching, so definitely Bill Watterson. The whole kind of design and aesthetic of Transformers. So I don't remember the name of the guy or the team that designed the G1 Transformers, but that was pretty huge for me. That whole like look. Okay, let's see. Frederick, if you're drawing it, I'm buying it. You're the best. Thank you very much. Use the boost, dude. Inspires me just like classic Joe Mad work. What high praise. That's awesome. Thank you. This micron is dead. Where's my microns that are not dead? That means a lot to me, use the boost, because Joe Mad inspired me when I was growing up, so I know that feeling. I'm not saying that you're not an adult or whatever, but just on my artistic journey, Joe Mad is also one of those people. Oh, this Micron is dead too. Okay. This is the part of the stream where we go on a Micron hunt. Nope. Nope. Maybe over here. I found one, but I don't know if it's dead or not. It's time for a blick trip. Let's see. There we go. Let's get this vanishing point here. Yo, Johnny. Oh, I just concentrate on the inking process itself. Cayetano. Right on, Allison. Brooke, the only corrections that I make are like cleaning up the pages, like pencil marks or white out or whatever. Like that's kind of blued, you know? Oh, Pablo, that friggin' Bloodborne cover. Oh my gosh, what a nightmare. So I did this sketch of the cover, and in the original, they asked me to do this Bloodborne cover, right? The licensors. And you know, it's a Japanese game. And you know, I've played Bloodborne. It is a bloody game. Like really bloody, right? So I was like, well, I'll have this hunter on the operating table holding his guts in, right? Like, because you know he goes through so much, and you get for those of you that have never played the game, you get resurrected. If you die, you get resurrected in like a hospital chamber, and you like get up off of like a surgery table, implying that you know you've just like been to see the doc, and you know you were a bloody mess, and the doc fixed you up. So I sent him this idea, and it was like a sketch, you know, like a little thumbnail of this guy. Sorry about that. Sorry, everyone. All right, when people get back, sorry, my phone died. It's so dumb. I hate technology. Okay. I don't know if we'll get back to our original stream numbers, but I don't know where the story. I don't know where the story came off. I was talking to myself probably for like at least 4 minutes. Yeah, we're good. My phone just died. Does anybody know where I left off talking? Okay, I don't know. I just looked up and the phone was black. Oh, so the Bloodborne cover, the thumbnail. I just submitted it, right? Yeah. Yeah, so I submitted it. I submitted this cover, and the concept was this hunter is like holding his guts in. And, you know, because it's a bloody game, you know. So the editor, I don't remember what publisher it was for, but the editor got back to me. He's like, hey, the publishers really don't like it. Or the licensors really don't like it. The the people that are licensing out the Bloodborne game. I was like, okay, well, what don't they like about it? And they're like, well, they think it's too violent. I was like, oh, really? It's Bloodborne, no. And he said, yeah. He's like, and so he copy and pasted their note into into our email chat because I wasn't in contact with them directly. So their note was like, Bloodborne's violence is like that, and this is literally what it said. Bloodborne's violence is literally that of a beautiful flower. And they were basically saying, I think something was getting lost in translation. They're like, what you have drawn is like, you know, B movie, C movie like level kind of violence. I think they wanted like maybe a more subtle, like elevated take, and I was just giving them like not what they wanted. I just really think that it was funny that they used like a rose. They said it's like a violent rose that is still. And this is not a rose. This is like offensive. So it's cool. The different culture, they approach things differently. They give notes differently. But they did not like come out and say like too much blood make it different. We had to like kind of get it of the out of that interpretation, and that was really funny. So they're asking my editor's like, yeah, so can we redo the cover? And I'm like, no, we're not redoing the cover. I'm not redoing this cover. I sent you the sketch. I'll redo the cover if you want to pay me another whatever you paid me to do it the first time. They said, well, that's not really an option. So we were trying to come to a positive, conclusion or a way to work it out. So I was like, what if I just if I just have him like holding his, well, no, what do we do? We were stuck because it's so central. The guts are so central to this composition. It's like I can't. If I edit out the guts, it kind of looks like he's just holding his stomach, and they didn't want him to just be having a bloody stomach. Even that was like too violent. I think maybe. So then they said, well, how, could he be changing into like a beast form? And I don't remember if that's part of the game or not, and I hadn't played that far. I was like, okay, so digitally, because it was getting to the point where like the amount of time I was spending on these notes was, starting to get in the way of like my paid time. So, and I was getting, I mean, it was fine, right? Stuff happens, but I was getting kind of frustrated. So I was like trying to like, okay, I gotta wrap this up. I've been spending too much time on this cover. So then we just drew him turning into like a werewolf, I guess. I don't know if that's part of the game. But that was that. And so the original has the guts in it, right? I don't even know. Yeah, so that was really funny. So the original art has a funny story behind it, but it's not the actual thing that got printed. Last game I played, well, the game I'm playing right now is Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I'm kind of going through a few games right now. I play Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, with friends only. Because I don't like just playing by myself, and I'm not good enough at it. So it's just fun to laugh with people. I haven't even played the campaign. I'm playing Ghosts of Tsushima. I'm about a third of the way through that. On my way through that game. I love that game. Man, other than that though, I haven't played a lot of video games because I've been so busy getting the house set up, and my wife got a new job, so with a kiddo and daycare and just the way the hours are, I'm having to drive my kid to daycare in the morning and then get her in the afternoon, and it's just takes up a lot of time. And I end up working late, and then video games? No way, Jose. Video games are like this incredible luxury. I need to make more time for them. But then when I do play video games, I'm like, I should be like taking care of a baby or my kid or practicing my guitar. I guilt myself every time I turn my PlayStation on. It's terrible. I'm trying to find a PS5. I can't find one. Advice for beginner artists learning anatomy. Yeah, the trick is to start training your brain just training your body and your brain to draw what you see, not what you think you see. So I don't know if you've ever done like drawing where you don't actually look at the paper that you're drawing on. You just look at the thing you're drawing, and you never look at the paper. And it's like an exercise. It forces you to start really drawing things the way things are. And if you can do that every day, you just draw one figure or one face or one hand, and you don't actually look at the paper. You can look where you put your pencil, and that's it. It's called something. It's got a name, but I can't remember what it is. That'll really help you train your mind to take over instead of your hand kind of, when you look at a hand, you're like, I know, I can draw a hand. I'll just draw a hand. But you don't really know what a hand looks like because you got to study and study and study and remember. It's like memorizing stuff for a test or whatever. So you have to draw what you actually see, not what you think you see. It's the same thing when you ask a kid to draw like a house, right? Can you draw a house? Yeah, and they go, I can draw a house. Boop. Boop. Right? But, and so like we're all kind of operating off that mentality. Like we think we know what a house looks like, but in order for something to really look right, you have to have a knowledge and like a visual library of these things, right? And start building from the ground up. Like adding bushes here is huge, not just windows, but bay windows. Obviously, this is a beat house, but I'm not even doing a good job. A lot of times when I draw houses, I need to have reference because I'm not good at that. But it's the same exact thing with anatomy. Do you know what a bicep looks like, or do you know what a forearm looks like? Obviously, I don't know exactly what happens over here. That's like a spot I need work on. So there's a tricep. Here's your bicep. Connects this way into I think there's 3 here. Not quite sure. Collarbone is always farther back than I think it is. Connects here. And so on. So I know that's kind of artsy, but you have to build up your visual library of what anatomy actually is. It takes a long time, but I'm sure you can get it. Blind contour drawing, that's it. NAP got a PS5. He says I'm not missing out. They say I'm not missing out on much. I guess that's probably true. This is for Murder Falcon, the secret Murder Falcon thing. Right on, Summit. Yeah. Jordan's asking the golden question. What pen will make me draw amazing? Frederick, I will do more sketchbook stuff. Good night, Matt. Thank you, I will try. Time to switch to Xbox. Rev asks tips on being able to do long work hours. Don't work long. If you're able to, just do 1 page a day and vary it up. I know if I try and if I do 2 pages a day, I end up, my body just starts rejecting it. I wish I could, but I can't. So first know your limits and listen to your body when it's telling you to stop. 8 to 12 hours is more often, you know. I would say take frequent breaks, walk around, and stretch your hamstrings as much as you can. I am no physical therapist. Sometimes I do get a little bit of wrist pain because my forearm will get tight, and I will just I'll just push my thumb down and just open and close my hand. So I'll just like this. Find a spot that's tender, open, close. Just really chill. Don't squeeze super hard, right? Open, close. Open, close. Sometimes it's up here. I'm really sore here today. Then I just kind of rub it out. Sometimes I have to go to physical therapy too. So it's important to like take care of yourself, but then also like not get into a position where you even need to do that. I'm drawing too much right now because I'm trying to finish this Beta Ray Bill comic and this Murder Falcon thing and finishing Beta Ray Bill. I am in deep water right now, deadline wise. I have been for the whole month of May and June because of the move, because we moved, and I feel like it needs to be like a legal requirement that if you move into a new place, like you have to have like 1 week to just get your crap settled. I feel like that needs to happen. Hey, Dan. That's great. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, man. Good to have you. My videos that like aren't Friday and Ddubs honestly are few and far between because I just have no time. But I'm doing my best and I'm making it happen. And I go live every Friday. Sometimes it is at late at night. Sometimes it's during the day. Sometimes it's in the evening. Most of the time it's in the evening, around dinner time. But I honestly, I don't really have time to like put together really well edited and intense videos with like high production value. So I just go live and hang out, and just kind of, it works best. Riff off. So one thing I always do is I will erase. It's like the last stage is I will erase the page, and I'll just kind of, because sometimes to my eye, the page can like look a little naked after I erase everything. And it's like there's like a mark there that needs to be inked, and just kind of shows the page for what it is and allows me to get like one last pass, usually just with a micron, to make sure everything's looking right. Rev, I use a really nice pencil lead. That's the trick. I need to get these people, this company to rep me or something. Or I need to rep them. I talk about it all the time. I only use this kind of mechanical pencil lead. It's Neox graphite. It feels great. It works great, and it erases the best I've ever seen. I'm also using nice paper. This is this is Strathmore 500 series, Bristol. Right on, Victor. Oh my gosh, sorry. I just yawned and sorry, that was so embarrassing. Dan, that's awesome. It's cool that you're a full-time musician then? I don't play in many bands. I have like some little tiny music projects that I do on my own. I have some friends that I play with sometimes, but nothing serious. Partly because, you know, being in a band and like really making something special requires so much time and effort, and I wish I had the time to do it, but I just don't. So I feel bad, you know. I am working on a sci-fi concept album based on my favorite science fiction novel. I do that in my spare time. You know, when I'm not playing video games, when I'm not making comics, and when I'm not golfing, and when I'm not playing Magic the Gathering, and I have too many hobbies. Jeez. Also, some lines need some life. So, like, for instance, right here, I don't know if you can see that. See how it just looks a little dead? His face just looks a little dead. Just no, I inked it with a micron because it's so small and I was just like passing through. You gotta give that some life. Pull out something that's a little sloppy and take a chance. Let's see. I gotta get close here. One sec. All right, this is a really subtle difference. You see how it's just got a little more life now? Just a little. His face. Just a tiny bit. I don't do this all the time. Oftentimes, I'll just get it right the first time and it'll be fine. Every once in a while, something will just look dead and you gotta address it. Gotta make sure it looks right. So sometimes these things are things that don't matter, sometimes they're super important. Allison, the novel is called Hyperion by Dan Simmons. It's one of my favorites. Dude, that's so intense. 50 drum students. So you're a drummer, huh? I have to watch Red Line. I still haven't watched it. Gotta read it. It is a great book, isn't it? It's so epic. I love that book so much. And I love The Fall of Hyperion too. Oh, it's all so good. Makes me so happy. So, but some of those concepts, are so cool and so epic. They're just begging to be made into metal songs, So I have one song called the Time Tombs, one song called The World Tree. I have one song called The Tree of Pain that the Shrike has. They're all just, and the lyrical themes are all just Hyperion scenes, because I don't want to have to be necessarily super artistic or original with my music, because I do it. I kind of scratch that original kind of artiste kind of vibe with my comics. So when it comes to music, I want to write cool riffs that challenge me and are fun to play and maybe sound cool. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, see, the thing, Allison, is thing about the Shrike is the riff has to be worthy of the Shrike. I feel like I have not come up with a riff cool enough, to be worthy of a song called The Shrike. We'll see. Anybody here who has not read Hyperion, get on that. It's so good. How to get work, JEJR, what's up? How to get work? I'll answer it in a second, okay? It'll be my wrap up. That's awesome, Dan. I'm so glad. I'm sorry about the lack of gigs. It sucks. I know it's not the same thing in any way, shape, or form, but I have missed Comic-Con so bad. So bad. Baron, this is a new page for a secret thing. I'm going to do growl vocals because I cannot sing. Hyperion is not a comic. Hyperion is a science fiction novel written by Dan Simmons. And we will end with me trying to address JEJR's question of trying to break in. So first off, you know, JEJR, if you know that you want to do comics, you can go. I suggest going depth, right? So if you know that you want to do comics, I don't know for sure, but you have to be willing to go 110% and treat it like a real job. And I know you've probably heard this a million times already, but the only way to get good enough is to quit your job and devote 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, like you work, like you go to work every day and you make comics and you make stuff. I know it's like this luxury and a lot, and the only reason I was able to do it because I had like a supporting partner that allowed me to do that. And I'm not saying that everybody is able to do that, but there's some people that can totally break in while also having a regular job. But I can only tell you what I did. I quit my job and I just gunned it. I mean, I just 5 days a week, every single work day, just tried to make something cool. Worked on Space Mullet, and I treated it like a job, and I found other art avenues to go down to pay, to make money. So like I would kind of call myself an illustrator, and I would just do it, and I'd say yes to stuff, and I'd figure out how to do it later. I did graphic design stuff. I'd say yes to anything visual, because it all helps in the process of like making stuff and making comics. Even if it's not comics. And a lot of times you can get work doing random illustration gigs. So I say take anything that is given to you, and then in the meantime, and like pay the bills with other art stuff, and then do comics on the side until you can get paid for it. I know it's not easy. But like I would like when I was like working on Space Mullet, I would just do all the stuff that paid me money first, like the dumb graphic design stuff, the illustration stuff. I get all that done first until like all the emails have been sent, all the sketches have been made, just waiting for people to get back to me, right? And then I would work on Murder Falcon, and I'd work on Murder Falcon until I was sick of working on Murder Falcon, and I'd work on Murder Falcon more. And then just when I was about to go crazy, another email would come in of like a client, having notes on like an illustration that I had done. So, but I wish you luck. It's not an easy journey, but it's tough. It's the best thing in the world, but it's hard to break in. It's not easy. But that's my advice to you. I hope that I don't know. I wish you luck. Yeah, there you go, Allison. I mean, you do what you have to do to make it work. And so for me, like, I play music every day. I love it so much. It's not something that I can make money at because it's too special to me. I something changes too. Like, I'm super thankful to be working in comics and to be doing this. It's just the best. It's so much fun. But there is like an innocence lost when you do something you love that pays the rent. Because you're kind of making decisions with the goal of like making money in mind. It's not all just I'm doing this because I want to. Sometimes you have to make these like calculated decisions about your career based on what you think is the right move, and it doesn't soil the artist experience. It changes. It's not always about I don't know. It's sometimes you just gotta go. I've always done projects that I've wanted to do, but it's like when you make money making something, it's just different. It's not bad, it's just different. and there's like I want to call it like an innocence lost, but I don't know if that's the right term. Whereas with my music, I don't get paid for it. I just do it for fun. I jam with my friends, and there's no money involved at all, and it's like very pure. It's kind of like an escape, and that's what art used to be for me. I used to draw my sketchbook for fun, and go. So sometimes, like for Dan, I don't want to speak for Dan, but Dan that we were talking to earlier, it was like music has become his thing, and that's his, how he pays the rent. So maybe Dan, I don't know if you feel that same way, where maybe art for you is like music for me, So anyway, that's me going on a rant. Painting signs, day job. That's awesome. Allison, I wish you luck going forward. All right. Actually, I'm not done yet. Behind this page, there's some art on here, but I don't want to give it away. This is the last page of Beta Ray Bill that I need to finish right now. I have to go. I don't want to give away the final page, but I'm working on it now. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for being here. Sorry that my stream pooped out in the middle of everything. I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you soon. See everybody soon. Thanks so much for the well wishes.